But part of this work as well is about dealing with the things that come at you out of left field. And most often those are difficult things that can hit.
Do you have an example?
It can be anything from a natural disaster, wildfire evacuations. Just this year, we partnered with the province. The province asked us as a city to help them. The province, Red Cross, led the wildfire evacuation, but with the city's partnership. And so we had to, for example, cancel programming in a few of our arenas and our one soccer complex because those spaces needed to be used for congregate shelter. So suddenly it's not unlike if you're a good neighbor and something disastrous unfortunately happens to your neighbor's house and you say, we'll open our doors to you and help you get through this. So we had, I think in total there was about 25 to 30,000 people from northern Manitoba that were evacuated due to the wildfires. Most of them came to Winnipeg. Wow. So, that happens in kind of a moment's notice. And so you can have your agenda for the day, what you think you're going to do as a leader in that day. And then the premier called and says, hey, we need help. And you just mobilize everything to help.
When that time of uncertainty arises, how do you handle that? How do you go from, hey, I'm going to pass this bill today and scratch that, or focusing on this natural disaster that's occurring and we're present?
Yeah, I think we're able to handle that because we're prepared for it. So we have an office of emergency management here. Before I was mayor, for 2 terms I was a city councillor. During most of those 2 terms, the former mayor had appointed me to be the chair of the finance committee. We put it, so I was in charge of putting our budgets together, leading the budget process, annual budget process. One day, in one of those budget processes many years ago, I happened to run into the head of the new head of the Winnipeg's emergency management team. I was grabbing a sandwich at a restaurant, and he was there doing the same thing. And I asked the question that a finance chair should never ask the head of a department. Do you have enough money to do the work you need to do? Knowing, what his answer would be. But all that to say, he said, no, we're not ready for what we need to be ready for. We need more investment. So we invested in our Office of Emergency Management. We substantially increased their budget. And they quickly ramped up to become more prepared, hired the right people and prepared for scenarios, wildfires, power outages because of snowstorms. We passed the budget with an increased investment. They immediately began to ramp up. And months later, COVID hit. So our team was immediately put to the stress test. And that emergency management team went in place. They were in place. That office was stood up and operating every day for, I don't know how long, it was almost 2 years during COVID. All that to say, because I knew we had invested in our team, when the call came for the wildfires, I had confidence because I know our team is prepared because we made the investment years ago and it's still paying off.